What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the #1 hotspot for Xbox. I'm Detroit's Reaper and we're back with another video. And today we're talking about couch co-op or couch multiplayer, if you will. Either way, have you done it recently? I want to know if really we're out here not playing games together like we used to. Remember when you were a kid and you would just invite your friends over to play any game? Like, you guys could just play that for hours and hours. Stuff like Super Smash Brothers. Even you could do these things today. The only console really embracing the couch co-op is Nintendo. They still want you to play together on the couch, and they want you to play these games like a family, and you just don't have that on the other consoles for some reason. Like, there are a lot of games that people used to play, like the old Halos. We used to play those games for hours and hours, just playing them on the couch, sitting right next to each other, talking trash, shitting on each other, all types of stuff. It was good times. We would order food, stuff like that. It was fun. You had those moments where you were just having a blast. You forgot about time. You forgot where you were at, what you were doing. You were just with your homies. You was chilling. You just had a good time. Now it's like they're trying to push online so hard. Like, it's not even a bad thing that you push online gaming, but it is a bad thing when you start trying to eliminate things that once made gaming great. That doesn't make sense. A lot of games, like, when you think about it like this, back in the Nintendo days when the NES was out, they gave you 2 controllers and that's how you played games together. Skip a few years later and the PlayStation 2 come out. You have 2 ports on there. You could play with up to 2 players or whatever. But then they made this device called a multi-tap. I don't know how many of you guys remember it, if any of you guys are too old or you're too young to remember that. But the multi-tap, if you remember that shit, you went out and bought that. You could now hook up 4 controllers to it. You could play games with 4 players, but you needed that multi-tap. And I think if you plugged up 2 of them, you can play with 8 players. I don't know how that worked. I never had to do it with that many players, but I think you could do that. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But the point was that you could play with up to more players, and that was cool. Then you skip ahead to you had the N64. That came with 4 controller slots right on the console. They wanted you to play these games as a group. They wanted you to go out and buy extra controllers and extra pieces to these controllers. More multiplayer games that you could play with each other. With everybody wanted to play games with their friends. Stuff like Mario Party. I still play Mario Party to this day. Mario Party 6 and 7 are the greatest Mario Parties of all time. You can go ahead and try and fight me on that in the description. In the comments. But it's the fact, those are the best 2 games that Mario Party had. Period. And the new ones are trash. Like, it's just not fun to play the new ones together. It's too much togetherness on there. But that's a whole nother video. And a whole nother topic. But the point is that they're trying to eliminate the couch co-op game. There are still a few games where you can buy them, these side type of projects, these indie games. Those guys are still embracing the couch co-op and the couch multiplayer. But games like AAA games are not fucking with that couch co-op anymore. They want you to go out, especially if they know that you're gonna buy more than one. If you and your friends are gonna buy it, if it's a game that's specifically made for multiplayer, they do not want you to play that on the couch with someone. They want you to play that over the internet. So not only will you need 2 consoles, you need more controllers. Well, you'll each get a controller with your console. You'll need online. Both of you will need online, and you both need a mic if you want to talk to each other, or connect, or whatever device they have everywhere. It's really ridiculous how we are eliminating the couch co-op and couch multiplayer altogether, and I, for one, don't like it. I want these games to start embracing the couch multiplayer like back in the day. I know some of the younger kids probably were gonna be like, I don't really care about this either way, but when you have that as an option, it's very fun to have a group of people come over and just play a game Like it's just one of the best times you will have. It's more fun to play with someone sitting on the couch next to you than it is to play with somebody, you know, down the street. I can understand if you want to play an online game with someone, and the thing is that they live, you know, you're in Michigan and these motherfuckers are in Florida, like stuff like that. Like if I play with my Wii Game Here people, you know, that I understand. I don't know them personally, so they can't come over to my house and sit down and play a game. But they can invite me on Xbox Live, or we could talk to each other on PlayStation, on PSN, or whatever it is, and have a good time that way. So it's good. It's a good option, but it's not the best option. The best option is definitely having everyone at the same place, playing at the same time. You know, back in the day, people used to, I heard like people would get like multiple TVs, and they would play right next to each other. They would just hook up the consoles right next to each other and play that way. Now you still need the extra consoles and controllers and all that whatever, like, to do that stuff, but you were at least still in the same place. You could still talk to each other and things like that. I just feel like a lot of games aren't embracing that. Halo, for one of the biggest ones that made you grow up with multiplayer, with up to 4-player co-op or 4-player versus or whatever, and now they completely cut it out of the game. It doesn't make the game worse or better or anything. It just, they cut it out. And why did they do that? It's because they want you to go out, buy 2 copies of Halo. They want you to buy 2 Xbox Ones. They want you to buy 2 mics or whatever. And they want you to play, get the subscriptions and all these other things so you can play these games together with your friends, which is the whole point of gaming sometimes. For some people, that is the only reason they game, is to play with their friends. That's why certain games don't sell sometimes. Some games that are single player don't sell. Some games that are multiplayer only don't sell. The reason why is because we want a combination of both. We don't just want one, we want both of them. We want to play these games when we're alone and when we feel like not messing with anybody, when we just want to get away. And then we want to play these games when we want to play with our friends who come over, or we want to play with someone we haven't talked to in a long time that moved away or whatever. Just ways to keep in touch, you know. It's just, I get it that it's the digital and online age. I just don't understand why we can't have both. There are tons of games that should be supporting these. Like Halo 5 is definitely one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, right now that I can think of. Is they should be supporting it. It was one of the foundations of Halo, and they took it out just so they can get more money from us. I get it. As a business person, I understand it. As a gamer, I don't like it. I kind of despise it. I don't like that you did that just to get a buck. Like it diminished some of the value of the game, especially some of the replay value, because sometimes you don't want to play with these players online that are like level 45 and you jumping in. You only jump in once in a while to play, to have a good time, and you know you don't want to play against people like that. Then you gotta have a private match just to have a good time with your friends. You can't just, you know, have them come over and play a couple games and have the motherfuckers leave because you don't want to see their fucking face because they beat the shit out of you in the game. But that's not a point. That's different. That's a different video for another day. Anyway, but you guys let me know, man. This is a longer video than usual, but let me know how you guys feel about couch co-op. If you like playing with games online and offline without having cables and needing online services and all these different things. I just remember all these games from back in the day, like Brute Force. You know, they had Fusion Frenzy. They had all of these games that you could just play. Even Gears of War, which was a game which you really didn't. They didn't need to have online. I mean, they didn't need to have couch co-op with that, but they had it. You could even play online with it. Like me and my friend used to play that game online all the time against other players, and we just had a blast. It was fun to do these things. It made the games funner. It's one of the reasons why Gears of War is one of my favorite games of all time. It's actually my favorite game of all time, not because of that, but just the fact of how much fun I had with my friends on it, how much I had when they were over, how we had fun when we were online, when we played games. You know, we all played the story on Insane, things like that. It was just mind-boggling fun. But you guys let me know, and that's all I got for you guys today. Keep killing the game. Peace.